Hello everyone. In this video, I will discuss about the basic requirements of operation of laser. There are three basic requirements of lasing action: population inversion, light amplification, and pumping scheme. Let us discuss one by one. First, population inversion. In thermal equilibrium, the number of atoms in higher energy level is considerably smaller than the number of atoms in the lower energy level. If the number of atoms in the higher energy state is made sufficiently larger than the number of atoms in the lower energy level by any means of pumping mechanism, then laser action takes place. So, the situation in which the number of atoms in higher energy states exceeds the number of atoms in lower energy state is called population inversion. Therefore, population inversion is necessary for lasing action. Population inversion happens momentarily without change in temperature. So, it is a non-equilibrium condition of the material used in active medium. Second one is light amplification. Suppose there is an assembly of atoms in which a light photon is incident on an atom in the excited state of energy E2. These atoms decays to lower energy level E1 by emitting a photon of frequency equal to the frequency of incident photon. The emitted photon is in perfect coherence with the incident photon. If these two photons are incident on two other atoms in the excited state E2, they will give rise to the emission of two more photons, and hence we get total 4 coherent photons moving in same direction, and the process continues, and we have amplification of light, the intensity of which increases exponentially. This is one of the principles of lasing action. There are some difficulties to get lasing action. Number one, the lifetime of an excited state is of the order of 10 raised to minus 8 seconds. It is difficult to stimulate a photon in excited state before a spontaneous transition occurs. Number two, the incident photon of appropriate energy is likely to be absorbed by unexcited atom. So, the probability of induced absorption is same as that of stimulated emission. Since the number of atoms in the excited state is less, so probability of stimulated emission is very less. To overcome the above difficulties, number one, we must choose the active medium of at least 3 energy states, out of which intermediate state is metastable one. Atoms excited to the metastable state remains excited for an appreciable time, which is of the order of 10 raised to minus 6 to 10 raised to minus 3 seconds. Therefore, metastable state allows accumulation of a large number of excited atoms at that level and can establish population inversion in the active medium. This can be achieved with the help of any suitable pumping scheme. Again, the stimulated emissions are encouraged by increasing the radiation density of the stimulating radiation. This can be achieved by choosing a suitable resonant cavity having perfect reflectors at one end and partially transmitting reflector at the other end. The emitted radiation is enclosed in a cavity between two parallel reflectors. The radiation repeatedly travel back and forth, and the photons passing through the atoms go on multiplying by repeated stimulated emission. When the optical gain becomes exactly equal to the losses incurred in the active medium, a stable output is obtained. Third one is pumping scheme. Pumping is the process by which atoms are raised from a lower level to a higher energy state. There are various pumping mechanisms. In optical pumping, the luminous energy comes from a light source in the form of short flashes of light. In electrical discharge method, a potential difference is applied between cathode and anode. The electrons emitted from the cathode collide with atoms of the active medium, ionize the medium, and raise to the higher level. In inelastic atom-atom collision, population inversion is achieved by colliding atoms inelastically with another type of atoms. A direct conversion of electrical energy into radiant energy occurs in light-emitting diode. In chemical laser, energy comes from a chemical reaction without any need of other energy source. These are the commonly used pumping processes in various practical lasers. Thank you for listening.